I should be live. Need to double check. All right, I think it's working. So, Bueller, can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Cool. All right, so folks, we are back here on FS22 showcasing BcBuhler's FS22 New Holland Versatile Pack. Yeah, I think it's streaming in Discord. Let me make one change. I'm going to turn your mic up a little bit on my end.
Yeah, I get that comment a lot.
All right, that should be good there. All right. So let's see here. And stop me if there's something you want to point out. I just wanted to kind of go through some of the options. There's both the New Holland and Versatile are split into like individual store items. And then we have different wheel brands, different sizes. I like those. So all the default wheel brands are included?
Yeah, it's all the default ones in the Rossamash 2375 with a few added, like those really wide ones were actually inspired by a tractor I saw like this on Marketplace with 900 duals that looked really sweet, so I added it on.
Okay, very nice. Let's see here, and we have duals. I saw triples. Which brand is triples under?
There should be I want to say the BKTs, Michelin, and Continental maybe.
Okay.
Trailbird too.
Ah, there we are, triples.
Three brands. So I think maybe not the BKTs don't have them, but Continental, Michelin, Trailbird.
Okay, sweet. Got the radio inside. That's nice.
Yeah, that's the CB and also the normal radio in the dash on that option.
Okay. And then we got our front weights here. Oh, those.
Yeah, all the same as default, except the last one is bigger than the default one, and also then the rack is only added when you pick a weight option.
Okay. And then we got a rear weight there. That's the middle. Or that's the middle. Ah, there's one also behind, like by the hitch. Cool.
There's a few more in there too, in the attachers.
Oh, okay.
This is a proper PTO gearbox.
Okay.
PTO with weights, and then also the 3-point.
Nice.
And then also you'll notice the slow moving sign changes depending on which weight option you have. It changes location.
Okay, nice. That's awesome. Let's go with probably that one. And then we got engines. We have 310, 360, 375. There's two 375s, okay.
Yeah, two different model year variations.
Okay, 220, 425, and then back to 310.
So yeah, there's two different motor options, kind of. So then the air intake changes, and also the plumbing by around the turbo.
Oh, okay.
There's kind of an intercooler on the bigger ones.
I see it.
And then also the new 2375 has a different dash than the rest of the tractors.
Okay. I'm gonna lease one of these and have a look at the New Holland. And the New Holland, I assume, is pretty similar in terms of options, correct?
Yeah, everything's the same. Between the 80 or the 82 and 84 series under motor options, the front grille will change. Other than that, it's all the same.
Okay. Switch. Well, I see the what do you call it? The warning bars also are changed depending on what the tires are. That's cool.
Yeah, that's from the original tractor. I didn't do that.
Oh.
It's already set up on there.
That's a pretty good detail for Giants.
Yeah, and what are some other things? They changed the dash. Yeah, different dash. I'll translated all the warning labels should be in English now. If you go up close to them and read them, they're in English. I translated a lot of them.
Okay. We'll have a look here in a second.
There's one of them, I forget where it is on the tractor, that's kind of funny. I made it kind of a humorous one instead of the actual translation.
Let's see here. Can I? I do not know how to use this, so I'll have to figure this out later. Oh. I got it. There's my R, there's my R, there. There's a license plate.
No, also just from the base tractor. I wouldn't have probably put them on myself, but
Yeah.
they're on there, so I just left it as an option.
Alright. So is this the one with the updated interior?
Yeah, it should have. Yeah, I think both of these would have the same interior. The
Okay.
other tractor has a different one. It's just the base interior the same. The Rossum Mash tractor has it's the same interior as them.
Okay. And I remember you added all those warning lights at the bottom.
So the turn signals will light up on the dash.
Do that. Oh, the little thing moves, yeah.
And then yeah, they should be lighting up on the dash, kind of behind the steering wheel there.
Maybe. Probably my seating position, I don't know.
Yeah, there should be a little arrow on the left side. I can see the left one.
Oh, okay.
It's kind of then you have the front work lights on. It'll light up the work light on the dash. And then also, when the fuel level gets low, the fuel light will come on as well.
Nice. And there's our radio there. The one mod I forgot was the zooming mod. Interior zoom. I see there's one of the warning labels there.
Yeah, that one was really direct out of Google Translate. I just translated the decal. The ones on the outside I put a little more effort into because they're a little more less text to them. That one's got a lot of words on it.
Yeah, let's see here. There we are. Nice. I think I'm gonna take this one. Let's sell these two off. Where is my cell again?
Down two from where you are.
There we are. I'm still learning. I'm glad you added the triples option because I don't know it. For a big tractor like this, I think it looks really good.
Well, there was a lot of them in this age that had triples, so.
And the sounds are default, correct?
Yeah.
Oh.
Another interesting thing is that a guy sent me gear shift has changed the animations from the Rossum Ash because the Giants one isn't actually scripted correctly. The high and low are backwards compared to what the drawing states on the Giants one.
Okay.
And then also the gears, the levers now go further into the pattern, the page pattern. There's more travel to them.
Nice. Hey, Penguin, what's going on? Oh boy. Now, I noticed the price is, unlike some older tractor mods, it's actually closer to. Was that the default price, or did you adjust that as well?
It's slightly lower just because the base models are lower horsepower, 310 instead of 375, and then the prices basically are kind of balanced with how the original Rossum Ash tractor is priced in the game.
Okay, cool.
So it's cheaper than, you know, a new tractor in the base game that's this horsepower, but not ridiculously cheap either.
Yeah, fair enough. And what year were these produced?
The new Hollands ones would be, I want to say, around 95 to 2000, depending on which model, and then the versatile ones would have been from 2000 onward until different models lasted until different times, but 2005-ish.
Okay.
The 2375, I think they were still making them up in 2012.
Interesting. And so this pack has been submitted to Giants, correct?
Yeah, exactly. The version you have here is the one that's been submitted so far. Just because of the Christmas break, it hasn't been tested yet, but once they get back and start testing, hopefully it'll get through fairly quickly.
Okay. And is it gonna there might be an occasional person that uses console watching. Will it be for console and PC, or just PC?
I'm hoping for console. Now with crossplay, and brother-in-law plays on Xbox, so I think it would be pretty cool to get it on there, and then we play together, we could use it.
Yeah, for sure. Well, I bought myself a field, so I'm going to take it down and see how it goes. Haven't seen any questions come in yet, but I'll let you know if I do. I do appreciate the early look.
It's always good to send things out, get an extra set of eyes looking at things too, just in case there is something that's been missed.
Oh, definitely. Yeah, it's cool to see people kind of get into the modding swing a lot faster, seemingly in 22, and probably just because it's a little bit more similar to 19 than 19 was to 17. I know, at least for the older tractor side, there's already quite a bit of stuff available. So hopefully it'll stay that way.
Yeah, I started my second project today for the game, so.
Yeah, very nice. Hey Kevin, Happy New Year. If you have questions for BcBuhler, he's the creator of this mod. He is live with us in chat. this is his whip project, which should be released sometime in the next few weeks as Giants gets back into testing. So that'll be pretty awesome. I know we'll definitely use this on the server, which I need to get that server probably in the next couple of days or so. I was kind of waiting on maps to come out, and this one here, I was doing some tweaking in GE and I was having some issues, so I might just go back to Greystone. I think that seems to be one of the better ones so far. I eventually need to convert Can Farm, but that'll be a bit probably.
Yeah, I've got a train. I kind of started in 19 and thoughts for a 22 map, but we'll see. It might end up like my 19 map, where it's just one I just fiddle around on and tweak stuff, but never actually get anywhere towards making it a finished map.
Yeah, I think you might have seen the picture. I started a very simple, just basically one big field map. That again, it probably will not be released, but just to have some space to test stuff. But I need to do a lot of work to it because the viable lands are still from, I think, the European map. So you really can't use even though you can use the field, you'd have to like buy every piece of land to plow in a straight line. So I gotta fix that at some point.
Yeah, that's how my test map was too. You just started the game and bought all the fields and then you could do stuff.
Yeah, exactly. And some of the stuff for like, I understand how to place objects and paint roads and stuff. I need to find, I believe this grass texture is a paintable texture. I was thinking that the flowers themselves were something else, but I'm pretty sure they are part of the texture. I need to find that. But the back end side of it is the stuff that I gotta learn. You know, how to paint field definitions and make areas viable and stuff like that. So, but hopefully we'll have, I know MRG is working on some stuff. Hopefully we'll have a couple more options here pretty shortly. Because Elm Creek it's a nice map, but it feels, I don't know. I think it's just the fields are too small.
Yeah, I've played on it in the Alpine map so far in 22. I don't know, I do really like that Alpine map. It's just something different.
Yeah. The thing I like most about the Alpine map is those mountains. Like, I'm gonna have to use those for something else at some point. Maybe an interior rebuild or some kind of logging map or whatever. In hindsight, I should have given you a link to the mods I'm using so you could join me if you wanted.
Oh, too late now.
I think that. Trying to see, did I drop my? No, I did not. There we are. This fruit cannot be planted in May. Okay. I think if I turn season's growth off, I think I can plant any time, right?
Yeah, or you just switch to soybeans or sorghum.
Oh, that's a good point. Does this... Canola, soybeans, there we are. I don't have access to this land. I should. There we are. I will say I do like the new sounds. There's a lot more clanking and metallic sounds and whatnot, as opposed to 22, where it was just kind of the tractor engine and that was it.
Oh, another interesting feature about this tractor, if you're outside the cab view, you'll see it, is the joint, articulated joint will is animated the oscillation of it.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I remember you were showing that in a screenshot in the server.
Yeah, so it might be kind of hard to notice on the screen. All the parts are animated, so it doesn't just move. There actually be parts that would make it oscillate in real life or animated to make it work properly.
Oh, okay, cool. I can kind of see some little bit of side-to-side motion. Because this field is surprisingly bumpy. I guess it's plowed, that's part of the problem. Turn my hazard lights off. Yeah, there's a little flicker, yeah. One thing I wish this game had is the ability to grab stuff, like the microphone, and be able to, like, use a shovel or, you know. I know some hand tools do exist, but I don't know exactly how they work. They're kind of a little wonky.
Yeah, the shovel one, I think I tried it once in 19, and it was kind of clunky to use.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm definitely not gonna be able to plant this whole field in the stream, but I'll at least get started on it. Is there a way to turn dirt up faster? Ah, there we are. Fast dirt.
All the editing I did to the model, obviously it's going to affect the specular maps and everything. But instead of remaking them, I went through and actually photoshopped bits I edited and tweaked them so I could just keep it still looking like a Factory Giant's textures, just tweaking the bits I edited.
Okay, nice.
So a little more work, but then it keeps it looking consistent with the rest of the game.
Yeah, exactly. Well, I mean, the default stuff for 22 is, I would say, significantly better than 19. I mean, we need a few more tillage tools and various other, you know, implements and stuff, but the 9RX and the 9RT, those were pretty solid. The 8RX was nice. I feel they did a better job than in previous games. Is there like a port on the hood that I'm noticing, like in front of me, or is that like an exhaust or a?
I think that's a rad fill cap.
Ah. Makes sense. There's some rocks.
Yeah, it's a red cap.
Okay.
I went quick, edited the model to fix that steering wheel knuckle fucker.
I see it now, yep. Got plenty of work lights as well.
Saying that issues with Phoenix.
What kind of transmission is this?
It's a manual, 12 forward gears, 4 reverse. Four gears with a high-low, or low, medium, high range. And
Okay.
reverse range. There's a power shift option on this tractor's in real life, but I didn't add the model in for that shifter, so I just left it as a manual shifter.
Yeah, for sure. I definitely like the animation. And I assume those 4 levers there are hydraulic related?
Yeah.
Okay.
And then there's the throttle. And another thing that really trying, but the GPS mod currently in 19 you could have where, once you selected the GPS option, you could bring up your monitor, antenna, and everything.
Okay.
So their function is supposed to be there in the 22 version of guided steering, but currently when you have it in there, it throws an error. So right now it's opted out, but once the guided steering mod is fixed for that, then the mod will be updated to bring the monitor and antenna on as well for the GPS.
Okay, nice. Well, I think someone at one point was working on a functional screen, right? I think. I don't know if that was 19 or 17.
I know one thing on this tractor in real life, like a lot of the gauges are actually displayed on that digital readout. There's a switch to switch between what it's displaying.
Okay.
So I kind of debated about maybe looking into trying to make that functional, but I don't know if it's worth the work considering the steel wheel kind of covers it up anyway.
Yeah. And I'm assuming that adding a tilt steering wheel would be way more work than it's worth.
Yeah, well, I've kind of tried to mess around and move the camera around in such a way that the steering wheel blocks as little of it, the monitor as possible, but
Yeah.
only you can do so well with that.
Hey, Nathan. Yeah, that's one thing that I got to separate on the Peterbilt I've been working on. Because there's 4 interiors. Was it 4? Yeah, it's like 3 or 4 interiors. There's a day cab, and then there's the day cab, a newer day cab, and then there's old day cab, and the new and old sleeper. And so I'm going to try to put all 4 steering wheels in the same place, so I only have 1 steering wheel. Otherwise it's going to be a disaster.
Yeah, there's a lot of flexibility in configurations even without that config to do different things. Like, originally I had both the New Holland and Versatile tractors in one mod, but was having some issues getting the functionality of it, showing the brands and store and stuff like the Pace/K-Line high-speed discs.
Okay.
How it changes. I tried to do that, but I couldn't seem to get it to work with the configuration sets, so I ended up just splitting them up because I You get everything working except for the wheels. A small issue with getting the wheel color changed. So.
Ah, yeah, for sure.
I put them up, but it's not that unreasonable to have different XML for different band tractor.
Yeah. I'm doing alright, Nathan. I'm doing alright. We're here with BcBuhler, who is the originator of this project. Testing out. This is the Hastings. Hastings, North Dakota map, 16X. I figured it had big enough fields to kind of use some bigger machines, so. Getting a weird banding though effect. I don't know what's going on with that. And while I was looking at the PDA, I found the real area in North Dakota, and apparently the field does have these weird, like little divots. I don't know if they're for water or for what the purpose is.
Yeah, quite likely for wetter areas, or if there's a power line in real life. Sometimes then farmers will go, weave in and out with the power line around the poles.
Ah, okay. Sounds good. Hey, I would recommend waiting for a sale. There'll definitely be a sale at some point. I don't have any copies to give out, but other people I know have done giveaways in the past. I don't know if those are still going on. But there always are sales. We just had a winter sale, and there'll be more sales coming up, probably spring, and so on. I think I'm gonna make it. I'm gonna go all the way around to the front, and then I'll probably sign off for the night. And can you give everyone a preview of what your next project is?
I don't know. Is there a way you can bring an image up on there?
I don't know how I could show it, but you could definitely describe it.
Working on taking the 84-foot C-Talk model and shrinking it down to a 60-foot. And then Forward Ag is working with an old model of mine for a C-Talk air cart that they wanted to work on, and then with them working on that, it motivated me to actually go through and actually shrink the drill down to more reasonable size for a tractor like this versatile pulling.
Okay, cool. And so are the number of sections the same, or what's the physical difference?
Basically just taking the two outer wings off, but it's a lot of work going through Blender with it to reset all the origins for all the openers.
Oh yeah.
Got to rescript all the hoses, so no real modeling work or texture work involved. It's basically a lot of resetting origins, separating, and then I'll have to redo all the holes for the whole drill, which is going to be quite a bit of work.
Yeah, for sure.
But I think I should be able to have the drill itself in game probably tomorrow, but it won't have any hoses yet.
Yeah, I know KMN had asked publicly for Giants to include some kind of separated version at one point. Because just editing everything has become, like, even the default Mac truck. I mean, if I want to make any changes to what they've done, I gotta take it all apart and separate the seat and the steering wheel and the shifter and all that. So yeah, I know exactly what you're describing.
Doing the dash for this tractor, I was debating on it because of the amount of work on it, but ended up doing it, separating the steering wheel and the gear shift levers and getting all the origins and rotation separate, that you just plop it back in game and the XML still works, so you don't need to redo all the animations.
Yeah. Well, that's good.
It was probably took a good few hours just to get the interior to have the same function as it did before.
Yeah.
To get all the rotations, everything right. It was kind of...
Well, yeah, you got what? The pedals are animated, I assume. The levers, the steering wheel, the seat.
Yeah. I think you basically covered it there. The wipers are also a fun one to do.
Oh, fun. That's a multi-part wiper, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I've gotten pretty good at, figuring out how to get all my working sets, especially after doing the air seeder. I've got almost half done the drills, so.
Yeah. Well, the drill appears to be the dirtiest part of this whole setup.
If you want to see the dirt, you could just type it in the console commands too.
Oh, okay. What is it?
GS, then hit the capital V, and then you can just tab through the vehicle ones.
Capital E?
V.
Oh, capital V. Vehicle debug, vehicle reverb.
No, never mind, you don't have... if you have the cheats, there's a different way. If you have something set up different, it'll add more commands into your console. And you can
okay.
Basically enables kind of all the things, all the functions from, what was it called, easy dev controls or whatever in 19, that you can add them into the console commands there.
Yeah.
Yeah, that enables, so I wasn't sure whether it was in there by default or whether it came from there.
I like that animation a lot. Oh. I think I turned my seater off. Oh, that's all right. Turn on seater. There we are. All right, how much? We're almost back to the front of the field. And is this a reasonably sized drill for this machine?
60 feet would be about probably the biggest seeder you would want to pull with a tractor like this.
Okay.
I mean, obviously it depends on hydraulic demands as well, but
Yeah.
typically 60 feet for a tractor this size is pretty good load.
Yeah, sure. Yeah, I know the that Burgalt and then what the John Deere, which is kind of a competitor to it, those require like at least 600.
Yeah, the Seahawk. Yeah, you could maybe run it with 400 horses per 60 foot. I don't know how well it would do,
Yeah.
but in flatland it would probably be doable, I'm guessing. But if you were in any sort of hilly country, you would.
Yeah, yeah. I didn't realize how much those things weighed until I was watching Mike Mitchell. And he was talking about how he was trying to avoid getting too close to the edge of like a... they were roading them somewhere, I think. And he was trying to avoid getting close to the edge because he was afraid that basically the road would buckle or whatever.
Yeah, driven and kind of around the area where he's from some, and there's a lot of very not great roads out there that are, it's almost surprising it can take that weight.
Yeah, yeah. I personally would suggest moving the camera down just a little bit because I can barely see the mirrors. At least the front ones.
Oh yeah, that's a good point. I didn't think of that.
But obviously you can't move it down too much, so then you can't see the dash.
Yeah, that's kind of why I didn't up that high. But yeah, that's good enough for the years.
Yeah, yeah. Alright, that's probably all I'm going to do for now. Thank you for, again, for the opportunity to have a look at it, and anything else you want to add?
I don't think so. It'll be out on Giant's Modhub whenever it's passes testing, I guess.
Cool. And I did drop a link to your Facebook page in the description, so for those of you guys who want to have a look at what he's working on, you can visit Facebook. Let's see here. Facebook.com/BcBuhler Farms.
Well, there's some other pictures of it, some of my older projects. Maybe tomorrow might have some pictures of my next project, Sea Talk Ear Seeder.
Chris, sounds great. Well, thank you for joining us.
You're welcome.
I'll see you again soon. Have a good night, folks.